Hello, everybody. This is Dr. C from the United States of America and Reverend CHRISTOPHE from the Benin Republic in West Africa. We're here to talk to you just a few minutes about marketplace ministry. What is it? Can Christians really minister in the marketplace? Do they have to be an evangelist, a pastor, an apostle, a prophet? What is it that you do in the marketplace where God can use you effectively? Reverend CHRISTOPHE, you came here this month, 2017, and we had a gathering. And a gathering is when God invites people, small groups of people, most of the time leaders or just people with a heart for God, and we begin to talk about marketplace, how we can be really effective in marketplace. Listen, one thing I have to say, Christians must pray and do. We cannot come together and just say, oh, I'm praying for the city, I'm doing this, and that's it. But what are we doing? So let me ask you, what did you learn when you came here? We had a real good group of people. What did you learn?
Thank you, Dr. Cheryl. I mean, anytime I come around US, I have to visit my friend Dr. Cheryl, and this time I can see that she has gone to another dimension. I really thank God for what's happening. Two Saturdays ago, where leaders, key leaders, from state, from business, and from all kinds of marketplace, I learned a lot of new things. I can tell you, since 2009, we have been talking about this in Benin.
That's right.
But this time, I can see how we can bring together small group and inspire them to go now in the marketplace and multiply their life and their impact. I really learned a new things through bringing together small groups.
Small groups
for marketplace leader and practitioner.
Now let's talk about this. I'm going to give you 3 examples. If you are a president, if you're a teacher, or if you are a doctor, how can God use you? Sometimes a lot of people think, I got a call on my life and God is calling me. I have to be a pastor. I have to. No. God will use you effectively right where you are. So let's think about this. If you're a doctor, what would God do? There's a calling on your life, and you have the gifts of the Spirit, but you're a doctor, and you go to church, and you do all those things, but is it true that God can use you right in the field that you're doing?
Sure.
And use you greatly?
I believe that.
Because guess what? The Word says this, that He will give us witty ideas for inventions and things.
Amen.
And if you're a doctor and you're a surgeon or whatever it may be, God might say, you know what, let me drop the cure for cancer or diabetes in you. And He will give you the strategies how to make it work that people are now healed through you, the doctor. What about a president? What do you think? If a president is in the marketplace, how can he effectively move and minister for God? Because ministry is just not saying, give your life to Christ. It's not.
No.
But ministry is love, kindness, judgment, right standing, invention. This is ministry.
Thank you.
And ministry is also making certain, whether people are Muslims, whatever they are, that their difference that God says, I want you to. Salvation belongs to all that want it. Now let's talk about a president now. How effectively can God use a president? What do you think?
I think if the president can really, have faith in God and give his life to God, really having time, with small group of people. He can influence more when you have a small group where they have to think about Jesus. They have to think about how to love more, how to give themselves more to others. And I think when a president decided to really love the people, he will...
All people.
All the people. He will influence easily than any other manner. That's what I believe.
Because one thing I did learn since coming to Africa as a whole, water does not belong to religion. Water is life.
Yes.
So when we affect the community with things like agriculture, water, community development, and you can't say, Reverend CHRISTOPHE, this is just for Christians. No. When a president comes, no matter what your faith is, you are a president for all people. Is that right?
Exactly.
And so now the president has to discern how to effectively help people. And when the president that's in right standing with God does that, he wins over all types of religion.
Exactly.
Why? Because of what you said, loving kindness.
Thank you.
Loving kindness. I love you enough to say, I want to make sure you're healthy with water. I want to make sure that your housing is well.
Order. Yeah.
Do you see?
Well, yeah, really.
So, and wherever you are, God will use you.
Amen.
Let's think about a teacher. A teacher has the ability to have, not rule, but have what I want to call stewardship over young people. Okay. But they get to prophesy, but not in the way churchy. They get to say, hey, Johnny, or hey, so-and-so, you're going to be great.
Amen.
They get to say, you know what I see? Yeah. You develop things. You may be an engineer. So you're prophesying in that way.
Sure.
So God wants to use you right where you are. I don't know who we're talking to right now, but some of you have been feeling uncomfortable because you sense the call of God on your life. Yeah. But I'm here to tell you, don't move until God tells you to move. He may want you to stay exactly where you are. But what you need is to understand your influence.
Yes.
Understand how to move and how to love and how to build right where you are.
That's why we need to let the pastors know today that they should go with a discipleship in the marketplace in a way that they will really put their marketplace leaders in their position, and they will feel free to minister to the people when they are in marketplace places. I mean, when they are in a profession, when they are in anywhere, they will be feeling free, and they will also feel free to bring the marketplace leader to Christ easily. We pastors, we need to disciple our leaders as a marketplace leaders.
And before someone will receive Christ, they really want to know, what does this God or what does this Jesus do for you? Will Jesus help me pay my bills? Will Jesus heal me? But we can't come say, give your life to Christ, No, we show the effect of Christ in our life first. And then we say, well, CHRISTOPHE, how is your children? How is your housing? How are you doing? This is showing Christ. Before we said, give your life. And then once people say, you care about me, I want to know who this God is that you serve. This is marketplace ministry. It is living the lifestyle of Jesus Christ.
Exactly, I agree.
And what is the lifestyle of Jesus Christ? First is love. He said, love your neighbor. You got to love first. If you are in religion, you're saying, read this tract. Oh, give your life to Christ. That's not going to work. No. It's not going to work. No. So here we are. We are coming to Benin, but we are looking for those that are in the marketplace that have this passion to do the will of God right where you are. And this is why we're sending this video to you. We expect to be maybe in Benin in 2017, maybe by August, September.
Exactly.
But we're waiting for you. Get ready.
Please get ready.
For the transformation of your life, because God will explode you right where you are.
Get ready for new impartation as Dr. Cheryl and his team is coming to Benin very soon.
And the last thing, let me add this. Christians cannot be effective without power and influence. How can you have influence? We must learn to have businesses. We must learn to obtain land. We must learn to sit down with government and be a part of policy making. We cannot sit in the corner and say, oh, did you see what the president did? Did you see what the governor did? But we were not at the table of planning.
Exactly.
So we're getting people ready in all of these spheres of influence, and we want the young people because they are the next influencers.
Exactly.
So we can't wait.
Thank you, Dr. Cheryl.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
God bless.